Hey guys, it's a little crazy Aaron, and today I'm joined by
Tristin.
And today we are going to be reviewing the 2015 Pixar film Inside Out.
The movie was directed by Pete Docter and Ronnie Carmen, and was written by Meg Luv, Josh Cooley, and Pete Docter. The cast for the movie are known as Mindy Kaling, Amy Poehler, Phyllis Smith, Bill Harder, Lewis Black, and Richard Kind.
Our main character is Riley, as she is struggling with the emotions inside of her head. And we actually do get to see what goes on inside her head and all her emotions. And you have joy, anger, disgust, sadness, fear. And yeah, it's just all these emotions are kind of
like control her.
And we get, and you get to see what goes on inside of her head and how they control
how she feels and her anger, her fears, and all these kind of things.
It's a very creative movie.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen something like this, and definitely, probably, either forever or, I've never seen a movie like this by anybody.
The characters in the film are honestly really good.
They were done really well.
Yeah, all the characters are really good, and personally, my favorite was Anger. I mean, he was just like the most funny, and
I think one of my favorite, definitely would agree with Anger. He was pretty funny. Some of the parts where you'll see he's like, time to use a swear word kind of thing, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, and he's honestly the best part of the movie for me. I mean,
there's a lot of really good characters. Like, you could see Anger, he was definitely built to be this more angry character. Fear, you could just see he's all scared. All the characters really fall within their emotional sadness little box thing, I think the scenes were really well done. There was definitely, the movie it's not all over the place, but it's in different areas, so you'll see a lot of the thing where it's the actual characters, like Riley, her parents, dealing with her, like, on the outside kind of thing of her mind, and then you'll see the emotions and what they're, like, dealing with, and there's this problem that comes along with the emotions, and then you'll see how it goes back to their problem and how they're trying to work with that. And then there'll be another scene where there'll be Riley, and then it kind of goes back. The special effects were, I definitely agree, pretty good. There was a couple of scenes where they did really well with special effects.
Yeah, the animation is great. I mean, it's
wonderful.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think honestly every Pixar film has great animation.
They do really well with their animation. The movie's music definitely brought an emotional feeling to every character, so when sadness was more sad, there'd be like a sadder tone of music, and it felt more relatable, so kind of those music tone areas.
Yeah, and the film in general it gets emotional by the end, and you really care for Riley and stuff like that. And
one thing that I seem to find sometimes with some movies is they put on that music and it goes on too long, or like over the time for that music, and I feels like that can ruin the scene just by overdoing the music.
Yeah, music can ruin movie scenes.
So I think they didn't put it as music is completely out in your face, and that's like the main thing. You can still hear your characters really well. Music is just there to bring up the emotion, and then they stop it when it needs to be stopped, and exactly on the right time. So really good points.
Yeah.
I think the plot was pretty good. I think some of the ways that they did do, I definitely am going to agree that this is not a perfect movie, and they did do certain things wrong. I felt like how certain characters, I felt like how Riley just kind of ran away kind of thing so quickly was a little bit, or just her sudden change of movement like that, but other than that, there wasn't really any massive
I didn't find any
it was all little problems, kind of.
It's definitely not a perfect movie by any means, and but the plot it's a really enjoyable movie. It's so, like, I would honestly watch it again.
I found that the movie was pretty good. There wasn't many serious problems overall. For the movie in general, I think it is definitely a better movie, and I would recommend it to your average kid. And even if I had to, I would say it's not even a terrible movie for your older ages even.
Yeah, and we're both teenagers, and we enjoy the movie very much.
Which was actually pretty surprising. I thought going into this I was kind of down with animation movies, and it actually kind of brought a little bit of a smile and some joy.
Overall, I think it's one of the best Pixar movies. It's definitely not the greatest. Personally, my favorite Pixar film is Finding Nemo. I mean, I just love that movie so much.
Really good movie.
Yeah, but it is Inside Out is definitely one of the best Pixar movies in my opinion, and yeah, I think a lot of people should see this movie, and
that definitely shows if you guys were to say, for example, if you guys are not exactly happy with our review here, there's Rotten Tomatoes, and I remember looking at their scores. For say example, the audience score is like 89% and the critic score is already 98%.
yeah.
So that's just showing that this movie is rating by both the critics who are professionally doing this stuff, and then there's the actual people who are watching these movies are pretty well done for their standard.
Yeah, we would both honestly rate this a 4.5. It's gonna be on the screen somewhere. It's solid 4.5. I mean, I didn't give it a 5 because it wasn't like perfect. It's not one of the like I said, it's not the greatest Pixar movie, so I'd definitely give it a 4.5.
Yeah, there were little inconsistencies that just followed through the movie that you could see, but there wasn't like if you're just watching the movie just to watch it, or you saw it in the theater or something like that, you're not going to be picking up on these little things. Like if you're watching it to look at like from a critic's standpoint, yes, you're going to see these little standpoints, and that's why we're giving it 4.5 because we were coming from that standpoint and we were looking for those. But if we were just looking and just watching the movie for fun, I think we wouldn't have seen those, and so that's why we're giving it this high of a rating.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed that review. It was my first movie review, other than reviewing my movie. It was my first actual movie review. And so tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. And special thanks to my buddy Tristin. He helped a lot on this video. And yeah, so
There should be many more to come.
this is not actually the last review we're doing together. We have many more reviews because currently we are in a film studies class, and our teacher has us reviewing movies, and yeah, so we were actually almost going to review Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I'm just saying that movie is a great movie.
Yeah.
The new one's bad.
Yeah, our assignment was basically to compare the old movie versus the new movie, and we didn't do that because we wanted to review Inside Out. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay crazy. Peace out, Crazy Army.